see what comes out. I guarantee that it will be as God says. When God says the fifth, then God says the fifth thing. Verse 15. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Isaiah 59 to verse 7 gives an unabridged version. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting, and instruction are in their paths. What a picture this is of mankind. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Verse 16, destruction and misery are in their ways. Man leaves desolation and distress behind him. This is included in Isaiah 59 and verse 7, which we have quoted. Verse 17, and the way of peace have they not known. Man does not know the way to peace. Look about you in the world today. After all these years, man is still talking about that about peace, but he hasn't found it. Just read your newspaper, my friend. There is no peace in the world. Verse 18, there is no fear of God before their eyes. Paul seems to sum up all of man's sins in this final statement. He has no fear of God at all. Man is living as if God does not exist. Man actually defies God. What a picture this gives mankind. Now we come to the final thing Paul has to say about sin. Because there are still those who will say, well, we have the law and we'll keep the law. We will hold on to it. Verse 19. Now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law, that every man may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before God. Man cannot attain righteousness by the Mosaic law. It is as if mankind is in desperation grabbed for the law as the proverbial straw when drowning. The law won't lift him up. Actually, it does the opposite. To hold on to the law is like a man jumping out of an airplane, and instead of taking a parachute, he takes a sack of cement with him. Well, believe me, the law will put you down. It condemns a man. It's a ministry of death. Verse 20, therefore thy deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. Now I challenge any person today who believes that you have to keep the law to be saved to take this verse and explain it. Therefore, by the deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. And justified means to be declared righteous, to be saved, to meet God's standards. You can never do it, my beloved. It's absolutely impossible for mankind to do it. By the deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified. Then what is the purpose of the law? By the law is the knowledge of sin. Rather than providing a salvation for man, the law reveals man to be a sinner. Between verses 20 and 21, there is a Grand Canyon division. We move out of the night into the day. Now Paul begins to speak of God's wonderful salvation. He will talk about justification by faith, which will be explained in the remainder of the chapter. That concludes that section.